Oh,
my
shit. Oh, shit.
There's Dark Sister. Oh my God.
Wow, man. So, raper, thief, murderer. Hi, damn, they's collecting body parts.
Exactly.
I want you to put your hands together.
Goes to the neighborhood.
And welcome him to the stage. Big round of applause.
It goes to the neighborhood.
All right, and welcome back to the SmokeScreen podcast, episode 64.
Yes.
And we got a good one today, I think. I'm really excited for this, actually. We're going to bring James
I'm excited.
back to Westeros.
I know. I'm nervous. I really worry that I've forgotten so much.
Nah,
but
you don't need to know all that stuff for this. Plus, I mean, I can fill you in on anything. We can pause it. But we're going to watch House of the Dragon. Obviously, for people watching this channel, obviously, I've seen it. I covered it last year. James has been MIA for a while, though.
Yes.
We're going back to our roots here and getting him to react to House of the Dragon. He's never seen it.
No.
We just had the trailer drop for season 2, and a lot of people were asking me, "You going to do a video?" And I didn't. It's not good for my mental health.
No,
I mean,
I know what you mean.
there's so many good videos out there where people were covering it and breaking it down and all that stuff. But anyway, so the trailer's out for season 2, which starts next year. But season 1 you have not seen. You said you've been close to clicking on it a few times.
So close.
Yeah.
And I told you I was afraid I'd get into it. But, so what? What
Right.
if I do like
right.
it?
It's 10
I'll watch
episodes. It's 10 episodes. You're going to be watching something anyway, right?
That's right.
So might as well watch it on here and have some fun. And the people are requesting this, actually. You got to get James to watch House of the Dragon. So here we go.
And I held it off for a while on
Yeah,
Game of Thrones.
you did.
And
You
then
did.
was so happy that I watched it.
And that was me. I told you years and years ago, I was not a into high fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I enjoy Harry Potter and all that stuff, but not, it's just not a thing for me where I'm going to dive deep into like that type of world. But when this came out, and then I realized I'd read part of a book years ago, it was just like the perfect balance of magic and
It is, I think
all
so,
that
too.
stuff and intrigue, the political intrigue and medieval stuff. It was just Game of Thrones was just the perfect show. And House of the Dragon obviously is a prequel to that. You're talking about 170 years or so before Game of Thrones, and the height of Targaryen power. So you get to meet a lot of cool characters, a lot of cool dragons. And speaking of Game of Thrones, before we get started,
Yes.
this was James' idea, by the way.
What's that?
We're sitting on these two
Awesome thrones. Yes.
these Ewin racing chairs. They're back today to sponsor today's podcast. We really appreciate it. Talked about them several times before. We have a special link in the description and pinned comment for you to save 30%. They're still doing their holiday sales, all the Black Friday, Cyber Monday stuff. And, that time of year, starting to pick up gifts for Christmas and all that good stuff. Good time to pick up a gaming chair for that gamer, friend, or family member, or loved one, or just as an office chair.
That's right. And it's a good time to pick up, save 30%. If you're going to get one anyway, why not?
Big
Use the
chunk of
link,
change.
save 30% or the code.
Yep. Use the code SmokeScreen in the checkout process. Use the link in the description or the pinned comment. Again, these, they're just the best chair for the value. They hold up well. We've had these for years. They're still, nothing's broken on them. We've had some cat scratches, obviously. So
Yeah.
if you have animals, that's, keep them out of your game room or your office. But other than that, I mean, they look gorgeous. There's all kinds of different colors and styles and sizes and all that good stuff as well. And I'll throw some stuff on the screen there to see a few different models. We're in the Flash series, I believe.
Yeah. Skid mark
XL.
resistant.
Yeah, exactly. For sure.
Sorry.
But yes, anyway, again, thanks to Ewin Racing for sponsoring today's podcast. And again,
Thank you.
check out the link in the description below and in the pinned comment. And enter the code SmokeScreen to save 30%. And thank you. 2 or 3 people now have bought a couple chairs.
That's exciting to me.
So really appreciate you supporting the people who support us. So
That's
anyway,
right.
You're ready to jump back into Westeros.
I'm ready. I'm really amped.
I'm
I know
really
I don't
amped
show it.
for you,
I've been under
man.
the weather a little bit,
Yeah.
but I am amped. I've been thinking
Also,
about this
really
all day.
quick before we start, just to throw this out there, unspoken prayers for a longtime member of this SmokeScreen family. I just want to throw that out there. I won't name any names. Somebody's dealing with something really, really difficult in this family, and one of the OG supporters of this channel from way back in the day. So just if you're religious, send prayers. If you're not, send healing vibes and all this kind of stuff, whatever it may be. But just wanted to say that really quickly because it's really been on my mind a lot lately.
Oh, yes, absolutely. I've already said a few.
Yeah, same here. Let's go into Westeros. So I'll pop this little window back on the screen here. I want to click that one. So we got a little box here. So you'll see the show as we watch it. And obviously, for anybody who hadn't seen me and Camna reacting to Game of Thrones because she hadn't watched that before, I'll have to do some blurring out there and all that good stuff. So you can't, copyright issues. But we're going to be watching it over here. We got a TV set up. And so you'll see us looking right beside the camera. So that's what we got set up. We got shit laying everywhere. But anyway, you ready?
Yes, sir.
Here we go. Let's get this over here and jump back into Westeros. This is going to be fun, man. I can't wait for you to see. And yeah, at any time, we can pause it. I'll just have this ready to go. Ooh, that logo. This is bringing back some memories.
It
here.
is, man.
Just the logo.
All right. I'm pumped.
As the first century of the Targaryen dynasty came to a close, the health of the old king, Jaehaerys, was failing. In those days, House Targaryen stood at the height of its strength.
I already like it.
I'm getting hot. I gotta take this off. Harrenhal. You recognize that place? Just didn't see the inside of it much. Tywin Arya was there. This is the king a lot of people thought Jon would be named after, Jaehaerys.
But only two who truly considered. For he knew the cold truth. The only thing that could tear down the house of the dragon was itself.
Ooh. Ooh. I have not seen this again, by the way. I have not watched this again.
Oh, cool.
You're going to love Daemon. Oh, my God, you're going to love Daemon. Ooh, look at this. 172 years before the birth of Daenerys Targaryen.
Wow. That was quick.
Ha Oh, shit. I better move that over there.
The score is always phenomenal.
Hold on. Say that again.
The score to these things is always phenomenal.
Yeah, Ramad came back for this one.
Man.
And it just makes it, don't it?
It does.
And he ties in the original music too, man.
God dang.
All right, I have to keep. I'll keep this ear off so I can hear you because we can
it's
pause and
hard.
talk about anything, anytime, and I have to keep wiggling apparently so I can go to sleep. Yeah, I mean, King's Landing. Look, the dragon pit before it was destroyed.
What was that?
The dragon pit before it was destroyed.
Oh, cool.
Cyrax. I thought this was a cool addition in here, the dragon handlers.
Oh, yeah,
So they're speaking all High Valyrian. Strong Danny vibes from Rhaenyra here.
I agree.
Sir Harold Westerling. Notice they got saddles this time.
Man.
Notice they got saddles this time, you know?
Yes.
We talked about, you know, is Danny going to come back in season 8 or whatever with a saddle?
Yes.
Look at King's Landing, how different. This dragon's still around. I thought this was a good little thing they did. So we saw King's Landing right in Game of Thrones, and it was always just two people in a room
Yeah.
or something. But this, it's bustling like it was busy. It looks
Right.
more realistic to me or something.
I was thinking the same thing.
You see like you see a lot more of that kind of stuff. The sea snake.
They have massed and bloodstone. But no way of predicting the sex. Of course, Christ is capable of rendering an opinion free of conditions, are they? There's a boy in the Queen's Gate.
Oh, get to meet the Rogue Prince.
Wow. Oh, it looks killer.
Yeah. A little more book accurate, but not quite.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Not quite. But yeah, that's a lot better.
See, I don't know if you remember. He's carrying the sword, Dark Sister, that we thought that would show up in Bloodraven's cave in Game of Thrones.
Okay, I remember.
He's got that damn sword that should have been in the show, by the way.
Oh, sweet daddy.
Daemon Targaryen, the Rogue Prince. I don't know why they put a heart tree or a weirwood tree specifically in the King's Landing.
Not looking good. Not if you have a girl, it will be the last time.
So, real quick,
Yep.
if you remember, in Game of Thrones, they were called the Gold Cloaks.
Oh yeah.
This is where they got their name.
Okay.
So Daemon, his brother, is commander of the City Watch, and
Yeah.
gave them the gold cloaks and new swords and weapons and armor.
Okay.
And that's where they get their name right here. But he's fucking ruthless.
He seems really cool, to be honest.
Yeah,
Like I can tell he's got an attitude. But
Yeah, he's definitely good and bad.
Yeah.
That's what they say, exactly what they say about him. But he's very honorable in that sense, though. All right, ready?
Yep.
All right.
No longer. Beginning tonight, King's Landing will learn to fear the color gold.
He looks wicked, man.
Uh-oh.
Oh my shit. Oh shit.
There's Dark Sister. Oh my God.
Wow, man. So, raper, thief, murderer. Hi, damn, they's collecting body parts.
Exactly. You steal something, they take the hand. You're going to see that him and Sir Otto get along real well. Otto, the Hand of the King. He's a bastard.
Great point.
Our city should be safe for all its people.
Very good.
Yeah.
You don't have to maim half of my city, do you?
He's still bloody.
We installed Prince Damon as commander to promote law and order. The criminal element should fear the city watch.
Thank you for your support, and my bronze bitch is helping us for my absence.
Would the honorable lady of the village
Thou meant to fuck sheep instead of women. I'm sure the sheep are pretty.
Oh my God.
1947 to honor your wife in marriage?
Lord Hightower, if you're in want of a woman to warm your bed, your own lady wife passed recently.
Oh.
Did she not?
Poor Viserys.
To move on just yet.
This council has had great better disadvantage to your executive.
Oh, shit.
Enforce my rules, but understand, any further performance. King's Landing has been on decline since my grandmother passed.
Oh.
I think I know that sound.
Yeah. You remember that sound?
I think so. Yep, I do. I take it that's not the bronze bitch.
No, that's not the bronze bitch. Massaria. The white worm, as they call her. When Matt Damon was first cast, I was like, it's not going to work. But once I started seeing the previews to this and stuff before it came out,
Who?
Matt Damon. I mean, Matt Smith.
Oh.
Did I say Matt Damon?
Yeah, I was like,
yeah, no,
damn,
Matt
prosthetic.
Smith. I'm sorry. I was saying Damon, the name with
Oh,
his
yeah,
name.
yeah.
But yeah, he plays him really well.
Yeah,
I didn't see it at first.
I'm liking him.
Yeah, remember the Game of Thrones tournament?
Mm-hmm.
Compare it to this one.
When I look at the fine knights in these lists,
Wait a minute. Are we clapping?
Damn, check that out.
I mean, look at that shot compared to the
Wow.
old one. Ain't no way in hell I ever joust. House Tarley.
Was it?
Yeah.
Damn.
See the sigil?
A mystery now.
Sam's ancestor.
The Stormlands?
She's cousins with the Baratheons.
What's that?
She's cousins with the Baratheons.
Oh, okay.
And in the book, she's got black hair with one blonde streak. I don't know why they changed her hair. That's Rhaenys, the queen, the one who was not voted to be queen.
Yeah.
Tongues will not change in succession.
That was a good shot.
Yeah, it was. This fucking armor,
Man.
badass.
That is.
There's fucking Santa Claus back there.
Damn, that is badass, ain't it?
It is. There's a high tower. So Otto Hightower, that's why he's picking him. The Hand of the King's a high tower.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, this is gonna be bad.
I'm not sure they expected anything different. Oh, close.
Uh-oh.
Is that legal?
Can't be.
Is that legal or not? I don't know.
Holy shit.
I mean, he won.
Oh my God.
The horse is okay is all that matters, right?
Yeah.
I think that was just dirt on his face. I don't think he got like hurt or.
Oh. Oh yeah. It
he
looked really
didn't get
bad.
maimed or anything. It seems Rhaenyra's a bit, I don't know, taken by her Uncle Damon, huh?
Mm-hmm.
You getting that vibe?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, damn. Not again.
What's happening? The infant is in breach, Your Grace. All attempts to turn the bait have failed.
Oh,
I know,
hell.
like, why are they allowing this? You know, they're.
I don't get it.
I mean, it's.
It's been 70 years since King Mabel's end. These nights was green as summer grass. None have known real war. Our Lord sent them to the tourney field with fists full of steel and balls full of seed. Marvel that war didn't break out of first blood.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, I was not ready for that.
Yeah, they just allow this. Look,
Oh,
and then
God.
look at the kids.
Oh, damn it, man.
Mm.
It's very graphic.
I know.
I worry that he's wanting the son too bad.
Yeah.
He's gonna make some bad decisions here.
Mm. Medieval C-sections. Mm.
That's jacked.
Yes.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I like how they intertwined this with the tournament.
Man, I don't know. I don't care how bad I need my bloodline to carry on. I couldn't
That's
do that to somebody I love.
That's impossible.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Balin didn't last either.
Oh, wow.
I wouldn't be standing back there
No.
just in case. Bad day.
You ain't shitting, man.
But if the gods should visit some further tragedy to you, either by design or...
Oh, yeah, that sword on his back.
What do you say? My brother would murder me.
His daughter.
King's firstborn child.
Rhaenyra.
Mm-hmm.
A girl. No queen has ever sat the Iron Throne. That is
Yeah, you wait a few years.
If order and stability so concerns this council, then perhaps we shouldn't break 100 years of it by naming a girl heir.
Tis the duty of this council to protect the king and the realm from him.
Or yourself.
Sorry, Your Grace, that is the truth as I see it, and I know that others here agree.
I will not be made to choose.
If we cannot agree on an heir, then how can we
My
expect
wife
the
and
rest?
son are dead! I will not sit here and suffer crows that come to feast on their corpses!
See, I love him.
Yeah, that was a good way to put it.
He wants Damon as far away from there as possible. Dirty bastard.
I thought you might go to him. Offer him comfort.
In his chambers.
You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me.
You You'll be glad of a visitor. You might wear one of your mother's dresses.
Oh, you
Oh,
bastard.
Jesus. You can see his schemes already.
Mm-mm-mm.
Oh, shit.
It's hard out here for a pimp.
I kind of thought this was cool. Like, what do they do all day? He's got a hobby.
Oh, yeah, that is cool. Mm-mm-mm.
The Lady Alicent Hightower, Your Grace.
That makes me want to carve something.
Yeah, that's insane. Could you imagine showing him a 3D printer? What is this sorcery?
Damon didn't mind hanging out with the, I don't know. At the Street of Silk. That dude just stopped.
Unbelievable.
Gods give just as the gods take away. Celebration.
We got a cat hole running across.
Did you say? I don't know what you mean. I've only ever spoken the truth. I see Otto Hightower for what he is. An unwavering and loyal a cunt.
Exactly.
A second son who stands to inherit nothing he doesn't seize for himself.
He's not wrong.
Mm-hmm. Damn throne.
Mm-hmm. No foreshadowing there at all. Valyrian the Black Dread. That's the skull that Arya
Mm-hmm.
will get in eventually.
Targaryen must understand this to be king. Or queen.
Very cool.
You are the very best of your litter.
Very cool. She already had that air about her, but when they're dressing her up like that,
Yeah.
you can really see it.
Voice of Old Town, promise to be faithful to King Vision, defend them against all enemies in good faith and without
Caraxes.
I swear this by the old gods and the
Our histories. They tell us that Aegon looked across the black water from Dragonstone, saw a rich land ripe for the capture. Just to begin a terrible winter, gusting out of the distance. Aegon
Starks.
Darkness riding on those winds, and whatever dwells within will destroy the world below. Strong enough to unite the realm against the cold and the dark. Aegon called his dream the Song of Ice and Fire.
God damn.
Oh shit. There it is.
Sure as hell.
In the past from king to west of Aegon's time.
Oh.
Way better than I thought it was
Oh,
gonna be.
okay.
And I knew I was gonna like it.
Hold on, let me minimize this before we get, where did that go? If I can get that off there. All right.
Way better.
Way better than you thought?
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say, so what you thinking?
Man.
And they tied it into Game of Thrones with the whole dragon dream thing. So Aegon now, it's kind of
Yeah.
retconned, I guess, but Aegon didn't just conquer Westeros because he had a dream. And that dagger, they'll go more into that too. But
Yeah. There's so many things in there that I mean, it started off cool and everything, and then all of a sudden they start going boom, 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 and hitting you with all these different things, and you're like, yeah, man. Yeah, I love it. I love it.
yeah, they did such a good job. I mean, Miguel, he did all the good episodes of Game of Thrones, right?
That's right.
He was the director, but now he ran this season, him and
Oh, cool.
Ryan Condal. So he's the showrunner, but he just left, but he left it with Ryan Condal. So he was the showrunner. So these people know the books. And we got a finished book, by the way, so we know what happens.
Right.
We know how it ends. But the good thing about it is we're all watching this as book readers. It doesn't matter because it's just a history book,
Mm-hmm.
and there's no detail in that. So you didn't get a sense of Viserys and how he was as a character, or you just heard of things Daemon did here and there. But
Yeah.
they're all just kind of named people, but these people will kind of bring them to life. So a lot of little details. It's just we're learning in the show.
Really cool. I don't know. I like his brother.
Yeah, Daemon.
I see an issue
Yeah.
because the way the princess, like you said, you can just see something between her and her uncle,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just
There's a little
really
tension.
interested
Little tension there.
to see how this plays out. And the sore on his back, I'm really concerned about that because it looks bad.
It's there for a reason.
Is it
It's there
good?
for a
Because
reason.
that thing looks infected.
But you can see what they're doing, and I'm not going to spoil anything, but in the books, Rhaenyra and Alicent are not really that close. But in here, they're best friends. You can see what's happening already with Otto Hightower. Sending his daughter, Alicent, her best friend, to see her father, to hang out and just check in on him.
Make him feel good.
Nothing more than that. It was, I'm sure
Comfort
it's
him.
innocent. Yeah, just comfort him a little bit. I'm concerned about his health. Type of shit. So
Yeah, I can't wait to see episode 2.
yeah, and it's going to get interesting for sure. There should be at least 4 seasons of this, but if maybe 5, they could probably 4 though.
Who was that Stark? Did he say Rickard or something like that?
Rickon was this. Yeah,
That was cool to hear that name.
yeah. And then so you'll see Winterfell this next season actually.
Cool.
For sure, because we'll have a new Lord of Winterfell. So yeah, because they'll start when everything starts to go down and kind of a rift starts to happen in the family and the blacks and the greens, all that stuff I won't get into, but they start going out to get support.
I feel really bad for his wife, man.
Oh, Emma Aaron, yeah, it's horrible. It was horrible. That was a really good way they intercut that,
I agree.
the battlefield type thing. But yeah, I mean, so I think it was surprising to me too, because I mean it's not Game of Thrones, right? But at the same time, you're like, we know how it ends. I'm not watching this shit. You heard a lot of that, and I said some of the same kind of stuff. But once you watch it, it's like you can separate the other stuff. You just know that this is Danny and John's ancestors, basically.
Now, hearing the music and everything
Yes.
and seeing the places, it does make you long to see those characters again.
It does.
And
there's a lot more coming, though.
wish you could see those shows for the first time again.
Yeah.
Wow, that would be great.
Yeah, and then we got Dunk and Egg coming. Obviously with this has got 3 or 4 more seasons, and you have Dunk and Egg coming, which will be another prequel. But I think they're going to do Jon Snow. I don't see how they don't do Jon Snow, because that's not been shelved, and I think it would be a chance to kind of answer some questions that Game of Thrones did not, obviously, and I think they'd be stupid not to.
I do too.
So we'll see what happens with that. But anyway, you can see already episode 1, just all the moving parts starting to already move.
Yeah, man.
In the pieces. But like you said earlier, you got the names. You got especially Targaryen names.
Yeah.
You gotta learn all the new names for this era. And they're all Targaryen and Valyrian names all have Y's and R's, and so it gets a little confusing if you hadn't. But it's not as many as Game of Thrones as far as like the whole story, since it's focused on one little thing, kind of one little mini Civil War.
I swear it makes me want to watch the old one again.
It does.
I said I watch it again for the first time. No, I think it just makes me want to watch it again, period.
It does. Because you can now kind of picture this stuff that gets mentioned in Game of Thrones. Arya talks about, for example, with Tywin, remember in Harrenhal, talks about Aegon and Visenya and all that stuff.
Yes.
And then Joffrey, more specifically, tells Sansa when he's going through the Red Keep about history of the Targaryens.
Yes.
And ruins this show. He spoils it.
Really?
He mentions
I'd like to see
Rhaenyra
that
and how
again.
that all ends. And
maybe I don't want to see it yet.
Yeah, I mean, well, just one aspect. I mean, how it
That's
all ends
wild.
to a degree, right? But yeah, so he kind of spoils it. Not just that one aspect. Obviously, we know how it all ends to some degree, anyway. But anyway, it's yeah, you can already kind of see, and people online will argue about the blacks and the greens when you get that far, because that won't be really
They
established till
always
this year.
do. They always
But you can
will.
see, I mean, how, at least for me, like, if you're already thinking about some of these people, you're already on, like, the Rhaenyra's side, to me, the blacks, the way they're portraying this anyway. Not that they're all perfect or something. She won't be either. But it's cool, man. It's cool to go back to Westeros.
And it was cool to hear her say Dracarys or whatever.
Yeah, Dracarys. She said a little different.
And,
yeah, I think that's cool that they're speaking Valyrian still.
I thought that was really neat to light the funeral pyre. Because at first, I was like, she's pissed at her dad, and she's...
Right.
I don't know if they meant for it to feel that way, because she gave that look or whatever, and then she said that.
Well, yeah, I think to some degree, like she said earlier, right, she's always been kind of looked over for her son, and he said that right there at the end. So there's some of that resentment there for that, I'm sure. But they're kind of making up for it now, I guess.
I do get the feeling that he is, like his brother says, weak. He's almost bumbling. I don't know if they're meaning to play him that way.
He's
first
supposed
introduction
to be.
him.
I mean, that's the kind of thing that are in the books. Like he's indecisive. He's letting people kind of pull him in different directions. And Daemon sees it for what it is. He's not wrong. He's absolutely right. They're all in it for their own gain to some degree. Nobody really gives a shit about him. But he does. As bad as Daemon can be, he does love his brother and his family,
Right.
for sure.
I believe that.
100%. So he is loyal. He's the only one loyal to him, right? I mean,
Yeah.
so that's the way he's being pulled in these two different directions. So you'll see Daemon in and out of his life, different occasions,
I figured.
because he'll run him off and then he'll welcome him back, and because he's his brother, At the end of the day, it's his brother. But anyway, I'm glad you liked it, man. I didn't know. I mean,
I did.
Because it's like you said, when you get thrown back into this world, and then there's there's new characters, and who are these people, and do I care about them compared to like Jon Snow and Daenerys Targaryen or Arya Stark or whatever,
And the queen that wasn't chosen or whatever.
Yeah,
I feel like there's going to be that's not done yet. Like,
yeah, no, it's not.
It's
done.
not.
It
I can
not.
feel
I mean, not
that there's something.
with her. It is. I mean, she's gonna be. She'll play a big role.
Okay.
But more with Corlys, her husband, because she's
Okay.
married to Corlys Velaryon, right? So they're still not over that. He's really not over it as much as she is. But yeah,
Oh.
that'll play a role.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that'll play a role too, for sure.
Well,
and
awesome.
their kids, obviously. You saw their
Yeah.
kids there too. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see this unfold.
It will. Yeah, I'm down to do this again. I
Yeah.
don't know.
I think people enjoy it for
I
sure.
hope so. I don't add much to it, but I fucking love it.
No,
Or maybe I add more than I think when you watch. I know I was surprised a couple times.
Oh, I'm
That
sure. Yeah, I've always thought reactions like I don't react to things, but there's some reaction there, you know.
Yeah.
And that's the cool thing about these. We can sit there and pause it if you have a question or
Yeah.
you know, something to talk about or whatever. But
God dang, the music. I don't know what it is, man.
I'm telling you, it's what makes it. Imagine watching anything without music.
I know.
I'm telling you.
And then they play that. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God.
He's weaving the original.
I remember how we used to get so amped when the opening
Yeah, that's
scenes would come
true.
on.
They didn't show the intro yet, so you ain't even got an intro
No.
yet. There's an intro.
Oh.
Now, it's not as cool as God.
But they were playing that music.
But there
in
is an
one of those
intro that
scenes. I could hear
changes.
that music in the background.
Yeah, there is an intro that you'll see from now on that changes every time. There's
Just
new
like the old
characters.
one?
but not as. I'll let you see.
Okay.
It. Yeah, I mean it's
Yeah.
not like a cool map thing, but it's kind of a bloodline thing. But
Cool, man.
it does change. But
Well, awesome.
anyway, anything? We
Enjoyed
good?
I enjoyed it.
Any questions?
Not yet.
I don't want to
I
spoil
need,
anything.
I need
anyway.
to damn digest that a little bit.
Yeah, you have to think back on some things. But yeah, they come out of the gate swinging with
Yes.
that, right? I mean,
Dragons are
violence, and
badass, dude.
dragons. You saw two different kind of dragons. There's a
Man.
slightly different style there with Caraxes. He's got like the wings on his back legs, and he's a different style. But there are 17, I believe, dragons at this time, maybe up to 20 potentially if we see them.
I remember how they were such a big drain on the
Oh yeah,
the
CGI.
budget and everything.
Yeah. Wait till we get to
So to see
season
them-
2 and actually see dragon battles. Imagine that, because that's going to be some big stuff. Like, I think the first thing we'll see in season 2 is, again, without any details, is Battle of Rook's Rest will be first, I believe, and that's going to be some dragon on dragon action. But this whole
Hatchet-
season will set all that up. and
Hatchet to the face got me.
oh God, yeah.
I was not.
That was
ready for
like
that.
Oberyn Martell stuff.
Yeah. And then when he started damn rounding up the people before the games.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I know, that's what I mean. Like, during those tournaments, like, why is like I mean, I know Viserys was going in that moment, but they're just letting them kill each other.
That was
Like, that
weird.
would start wars right there.
You would think.
And the Kings wouldn't allow that, you'd think, but oh well. But anyway, we'll continue, I guess.
Yeah,
If you
I
enjoyed
hope
it,
so.
we'll continue it.
I hope so.
But yeah, let us know what you think in the comments. If you're listening on audio, obviously this week, I should have said this in the beginning of the podcast. Probably better to watch it on YouTube this week.
I'd say, yeah.
Or when we do these anyway, because you're just going to be hearing, and I'll have to go through and mess with the sound some and blur out some shit and all that stuff for copyright. But I'll take care of it. We'll figure it out.
Awesome.
But alrighty, well, we'll wrap it up and let us know what you think in the comments on YouTube. And happy to have James back at Westeros.
That's so wild.
Very cool, man.
I'm a little giddy.
I'm anxious to see the comments now from our old school peeps.
Yes, me too.
There are going to be a lot of comments.
We got the band back together.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, maybe we get caught up, and then season 2 next year, maybe we can do the live streams again.
Ooh,
That'd be cool.
That would be really cool.
We'll see what happens.
Awesome.
Alrighty, we'll get it here and let it fade to black.